Good morning. I'm Steve Gladys, and this is Sunday morning, and I wanted to run something by you today. It's a takeoff on what we talked about last time on mindfulness. A few years ago, I wrote a book. It's called Smile, Breathe, Listen, 3 Mindful Acts for Leaders. And it was all based on the premise that when new leaders come in, they try to break in lineup. They come in at all different speeds. Some come in very quick and try to make a bunch of changes right away before they really understand the culture of the organization they've just joined. And that often leads to real problems down the line. There are 3 things you can do as a new leader when you come into an organization or you're a new employee. The first thing is to smile at people. Smiling, especially when a leader smiles at a subordinate, it reduces their anxiety. They see it as a welcome gesture. Because the main thing you want to do as a leader is first be no threat to other people. If you're a threat to people coming out of the chute, it takes an awful long time to get their trust back. So the first thing you do to establish trust is just smile at people. It's pretty simple and it's pretty direct. And we talk a lot about different kinds of smiles because there really are different kinds of smiles that are out there, and it may be something you might want to look up. And there's plenty of research on it if you go on the web and look at some of the work that was done. There's a great TED Talk about smiling in general that's out there by Ron Gutman. The second thing you can do to reduce the tenseness of the situation is just breathe. Now, some people think you just take a deep breath, take a deep breath. They'll say, take a deep breath. That really isn't what mindfulness is about, or mindfulness meditation or calming yourself is all about. It's not the size of the breath, it's the evenness of the breath. So if you breathe evenly, no matter how deep or light you breathe, if you breathe evenly, for a minute or 2 minutes, that's what calms you down. It's not taking a big breath that really calms you down. And the third thing is listening, and that calms down the entire situation. When you listen as a leader, it calms other people down. We teach leaders to listen as if they were reporters and would have to report back to the world what they just heard in a meeting. Not to listen for correctness or listen for rebuttal or waiting their turn to speak, but listening to be able to repeat back to the person essentially what they're saying. Most of the time, people just want to be understood. So those are the 3 things that calm a tense situation down, a transitional situation down. Smile, it calms the other person down. Breathe, it calms you down. And listening calms the entire situation down. Remember, the motto here when you're transitioning or you're new is first be no threat. Thanks very much. This is Steve Gladys, and wishing you well, and hope to see you here next week. Thank you.